Alabama.
And we know, oh, this is a great start. All right, dude. And we know that me and you picked the exact same for Tennessee. So, not the exact same. Our wins and losses, like as far as who they lost to, are a little bit different. But the record-wise, that's all we care about. So, we know who's going to win at the end of this. So,
Yep.
And I'm liking the start. We were tied going into this. Not anymore. I'm up by 1, baby. Yeah, man. I had Alabama losing 3 games. Got a lot of heat. Got a lot of heat on it in my video about this. I thought they were going to lose to Georgia, Tennessee, and I believe Auburn to finish the year. Couldn't have been more wrong on the Auburn one, but they lost to Oklahoma. And they lost to Vanderbilt. That's crazy. Anyway, so they were 9-3, and in a year where you beat Georgia.
That's the crazy thing. Is
in a year where you beat Georgia.
Look, this 2-week stretch right here, where you get arguably the biggest win in Kalen Deboer's career as a head coach against Georgia, and you follow that up with a loss on the road to Vanderbilt in what's arguably his worst loss of his head coaching career. I mean, that just tells you the up and down type season that Alabama had, and you still finished 9-3. I mean, this season you start off 4-0, wins against Western Kentucky, South Florida, at Wisconsin, and then Georgia, in which you were thinking, okay, this Alabama team is for real. That Kalen Deboer, he's the real deal. Then you drop the game to Vanderbilt. You should have lost to South Carolina. You lose to Tennessee. You shut out Missouri. You beat LSU convincingly. You beat Mercer. And then you have the game against Oklahoma.
In what was a terrible game. I do think they should have scored a touchdown. So if it makes Alabama fans feel any better, like, let's give them 10 points. But, like, you still got absolutely mollywopped.
It doesn't.
You got mollywopped on the road. It was a very much tradition. It was very much a traditional Josh Heupel on the road at night scenario once a year where you just absolutely no-showed. And you did it against Oklahoma, in which it hurt really bad because at that point you had the playoff.
Yeah.
You beat Oklahoma, you're 10-2, and you're in the playoff with 2 I mean, Tennessee is a good loss, but losing to Vanderbilt, you still would have made the playoff. Just like Tennessee losing to Arkansas still made the playoff. So, I mean, that was a tough loss for Alabama.
Yeah, all you had to do was just win the ball game.
Yep.
And Oklahoma, credit to them, had a fantastic game plan
have a great
for that game. That was the key. All right, Jalen Milroe in that game only had 164 yards passing.
He had like 2 touchdowns to the defense.
The leading rusher for Alabama in that game was Miller, the running back, with 45 total yards.
But that was Alabama all year, man. They didn't have really much of a rush attack other than Milroe. Like, in the games where they won, and they won convincingly, Milroe would have 100 yards rushing, 150 yards rushing, multiple touchdowns, whatnot. So, Alabama's got to figure out how to not lean, which they're going to have to figure that out, which another reason why I don't think Alabama's going to be that good coming up next year is you look at, like, production lost. It may not be that much on the offense, as far as percentages, like as far as players, but like you look at like yardage production lost, you're losing like everything because Jalen Milroe was the yardage production of that team, and the weight he had to carry on his shoulders when he had a good game versus a bad game, it's kind of crazy. I'm really looking forward to seeing I think they have a true freshman coming in that's a real deal, or maybe he's a redshirt freshman, but they also have Ty Simpson there in the quarterback room. We'll see how the next year goes, but I do think Alabama, as much as I hate to say it, at 9-3, I think they take a step back next year.
Yeah, I mean, from what I've heard, Alabama's really high on Ty Simpson, which is crazy that
I think they're high on anybody that's not named Jalen Milroe.
I mean, that's a valid point.
Yeah, I think
valid point. But I mean, I've heard that they're really high on Ty Simpson, which is crazy that he was basically the third string when Nick Saban was there. But it's going to be fun to watch in the spring, that quarterback battle. You mentioned the incoming freshman that they have, and then Ty Simpson. Maybe they go to the transfer portal in the spring too. You never know. But my 2 losses this season that I had down for Alabama, it was Georgia and it was Tennessee. And that Georgia one, that was a crazy game in its own right. I mean, Alabama just absolutely dominated the first half of that game.
Georgia
And
dominated the second half.
and they did, but
Up until the 17-year-old.
they did, but at the same time, I've never seen a team play so conservative like Alabama did in that second half. They were like, okay, we got a pretty big lead. Let's just try to shorten this game as much as we can. No way Georgia can come back. And lo and behold, they tie the game with 2 minutes left before the 80-yard pass down the sideline to
Which was, I'm not going to
Ryan
say it's
Williams.
luck, but that felt like an NCAA video game moment where you just chuck it deep to your best guy and he makes a hell of a play. I mean, you got to give him credit. But yeah, that was, it's crazy to think Alabama in a year where they beat Georgia in the regular season still goes 9-3.
Yeah. Hey, and did you know Ryan Williams is 17?
No, not anymore, actually.
Oh, he is 18 now.
He's
Okay.
18 now, man. No, it's but anyways, brother, no, this was I'd challenge the people that are listening, go back to our prediction video of this game or of this team way back, probably 7 months ago, and look at the comments. Everybody pissed off about picking them to go 9-3.
I didn't even check out the comments. I'll have to go back.
Dude, go for it, man. Go for it. It's a good read. It's a good read, and I love it. Hindsight, because people give us hate, and we eat it when we're wrong, right? That's part of podcasting. But when we're right, it's funny how everybody's quiet. So I just like to challenge people to go back to that video and just look at some of the comments under there. Kalen Deboer is gonna be just fine. Yeah, he probably will be, but not this year.